My presentation will be on gravity, also known as the force that keeps all of us firmly on the ground and also keeps the Earth circling the sun. So what exactly is gravity?
What is that? What is that? Wait,
It is an attractive force that is proportional to the object's masses and decreases as the square of the distance separating them. Many scientists explored gravity, but the main two were Galileo, who first explored the motion of falling objects in 1564 through 1642, and you guys might have guessed it, Isaac Newton, who later described the law of gravity in 1642 through 1727. Now that we know that, let's see some key points.
The key is to be honest with yourself. We have to be honest with ourselves.
Key point number 1. Gravity does not change with time. There has been no success in the possible variation in the strength of gravity. Gravity for the most part appears to be completely constant. Key point number 2. This you may know. Aside from air resistance, large and small objects fall downward in exactly the same time. This experiment was tested to show that air resistance can cause objects to land in the exact same time in this condition. Key point number 3. Gravity is always attractive. Unlike other forces which can either repel or attract, this beneficial property makes gravity the universal Elmer's glue, which binds the universe together, even the distant galaxies, which appears to have been created with an outward expanding motion, are gradually slowing due to inward gravity pull from all other galaxies in the universe. Key point number 4.
Another one.
This is pretty simple and common sense, but gravity cannot be intervened or shielded in any way. Point number 5. Gravity attraction does not depend on the composition of objects, only on their mass or weight. Key point number 6.
Another one. Another one.
The gravity force decreases with distance, but it is actually infinite in its extent. Let's talk about something else, like the sun, that big hunk of mass that weighs 33,000 times Earth and contains 99.86% of all the mass in the entire solar system. It must have more of an effect on us than Earth. But actually, since the sun is 92 million miles away from us, and we are so much closer to the Earth than the sun, the gravity of the sun has minimal effect on us directly. The sun's gravity affects the planets because of their relative size and distance from each other. But wait a minute, if the sun has such a powerful gravitational force, why don't all the planets fly towards it? Well, from our observation on Earth, gravity creates an attractive nature to mass, but there's a different story. Imagine a sheet of spandex stretched out in a circular frame. This will represent space-time. When nothing is on the spandex sheet, it stands still. But when something is placed, it gets pushed down. We can also discover how orbits work. By placing a smaller object in the shape of a sphere around the center, it revolves around the center in an elliptical orbit. The acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the moon is about 1.625 meters per second squared. No, the moon does not have gravity. In fact, the moon, like every other massive object in the universe, attracts every other massive object gravitationally. Astronauts are able to jump higher on the moon than on Earth because the moon's surface gravity is so comparatively weak. There are many aspects of gravity which I have not covered, and partly because most people don't know what gravity is. No one knows exactly what gravity is. However, some scientists believe that it is made of particles called gravitons which travel at the speed of light. Many experiments have been tested on gravity, mainly to further enhance our knowledge on it. Gravity is as important as oxygen, mainly because without gravity we will be able to fly away from the Earth and nothing would be holding together. The Earth wouldn't exist, the sun would dissipate into hot gas, then into nothing. This is why gravity is so important to us. Gravity is such an important force, not only to us, but in everything in the world. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.